In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 ways to get your Panasonic G7 to look more cinematic. So these are just my opinions, and they're very quick tips, quick and easy tips. There's plenty of other stuff that you could do to get it to look a certain way or dial it in a little bit different. So the first one we're going to do is going to shoot in 24 frames a second. You can shoot in 4K, 1080, whatever you feel like shooting in. That's how we do that. Just go to your function 2 button, and it'll probably be on your picture profile. And you're going to go down to choose what frame rate and what resolution you want. Mine's set to 4K 24p. Next thing you're going to do is you want to shoot with fast glass. So right now my setup is a Metabone speed booster and a Canon 50mm 1.8. And I say shoot with fast glass because you tend to separate your subject a bit more and give it a certain look. So right now it's showing up on here as 1.3 aperture because the speed booster does its thing, plus the 1.8 aperture on the lens. So you can see that how much more blurry the background is. In my opinion, I think that whenever you shoot something and more stuff is in focus, it looks more like you shot it with a cell phone. So less cinematic. Everyone's opinion is different. That's just my opinion. The next one is to shoot in Cinematic D. So you go back to your function 2 button, go to Cine D. You may be on standard when you first start, so just move it down to Cine D. And what this is going to do is going to flatten out your picture profile more, so you could later push the image a bit more with color grading to give it a certain look that you want. You could also go into your menu here and make sure that your settings where they need to be. So if you go to photo style, Cinema D, and then turn all these down if they aren't, and that will give you more lenience whenever you go into post to edit it. So jumping into Premiere now, just create a new project, import your footage, and now we're going to add a LUT to it, which I'll provide the link below to get the LUT that you need here for this. Mute the audio. I just did like a little focus pull from the background to the front. Yeah, so it'll probably look better whenever you do it manual focus, but just so you get an idea of what it looks like. So we're going to grab a LUT after we create an adjustment layer. So what I like to do is add an adjustment layer in order to edit off the top and not really mess with the actual footage itself. So we're going to go new item, adjustment layer. Yes, all these settings are right. Perfect. And add it on the top here. So this is where we're going to do all your edits. So the next one that we're going to talk about is adding a LUT. So you go here to creative, you go to look, you go to custom, and then you find, I have mine here in video assets and LUTs, cinematic cube. There we go. So you see how punchy it makes it. The settings I usually like to use is 25 here on the LUT, and then put the faded film probably up to 25 as well. Now if we turn it off and turn it on, you can kind of see what it's doing there. Alright. So what you'll be able to see is it'll look really good on skin tones and people's faces, as long as you get your white balance right. If you don't, you have to come up here, use your white balance selector and make sure you get it right. Bonus tip. The next one I like to do is add bars to it. So anytime you see like a movie or something, it looks cinematic, and you're like, wow, it's a movie. It usually has bars because it's shot in anamorphic style. But what we do now, a lot of people just shoot regular style and add the bars later. So I'm gonna go here, search for crop, gonna add your crop to it. Then you're gonna go to effect, controls. There it is. So you're gonna go top, hit 9. What I did is tab down to bottom, hit 9 again, and there you go. And there you go. So just some quick tips for y'all to try to get your G7 looking a little more cinematic. I really like what this camera's producing for at the price that it is when you buy it. But if you have any questions or comments, or if you think I did something wrong and you want to correct me, YouTube is the place to do it. Do it down below in the comments. So until next time, peace.